Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is December the 3rd, 2025. Hopefully this episode finds you well, in good spirits and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to you. Hopefully you humped and didn't get humped. Unless it's what you're into, then by all means, have at it. But yeah, my day was good. I will say I kind of started off on the wrong side of the bed, if you will, or maybe I just didn't get out of it in time. I overslept past my first alarm, and I woke up on the second like, uh-oh, and, proceeded to kind of tumble out, I got myself together. I just really wasn't in a hurry. Needless to say, I got to work a little bit late, but silver lining, at least it's not incentive right now, so that's good. I think we actually might be done with incentive, which is kind of a bummer. I was hoping to get another crack at some more PTO, but that's all good. Excuse me. Overall, once I got into work, it was a good day, steady day, pretty textbook, even with the peak. I will say the biggest problem, it was very cold. I came in with my extra big, neon safety Carhartt jacket, and even with that on, I was still cold. And I was having the situation because that jacket's too big and bulky. So for most of the day, I just had it off. Because as long as I was moving, I couldn't really get comfortable in it. So I just took that off, had my normal hoodie on with the heat on. This is one of the days where I was look, I'm gonna be a baby. I'm gonna cop out and I'm gonna turn that heat on because we're looking at 25, 30 degrees. That's chilly enough for me. But that was really the only thorn of the day, only problem of the day. Everything else went pretty swimmingly. We also had a treat, so you could say that's the rose, right? I don't know. I'm not really gonna do the whole rosebud thing, but we had popcorn. So that was yummy. Little house popcorn, courtesy of the old job, which paired well with my white cheddar popcorn and white Monster that I had because I drank 2 energy drinks today. It's feeling very, very adventurous. Also had a lot of coffee, but hey, you do what you need to do. The caffeine gets you through the day. What can I say? But yeah, overall a good day. I did have an awkward moment, which I'm hoping to remember when I tell this news story because it kind of ties into it a little bit. But we'll see. Hopefully, I don't forget. But post work, we went to the gym. Gym was busier than I expected when I got in for the Wednesday, but I really should just expect it to just be a little bit busier at the gym right now, I guess. That's just kind of the wave, kind of the vibe. But I was able to get on the Smith machine immediately, so that was good. Had some good lifts there. The free weights were taken up, any of the benches that I wanted were just taken. So I was okay, we're going to have to, get creative again. It's substitution day. And I tried to hit some stuff here, hit some stuff there, and as I was doing that, a bench actually opened up. So I was all right, let me go ahead and just hit a little bit. And then I got there and I was no, I'm gonna hit it all. Let's just do everything. And I got everything done. And overall, I looked at the clock and I'm somehow magically, as opposed to yesterday where I ran out of time doing more or less what I usually did, just with some extra sets, I got done with time to spare, about 10 minutes on my weight training. So I was perfect, awesome, let's go. Let's get on to the cardio and then let's get out of here. So that's what I did. Overall, good gym session. And then, after that, came home, did my stretches, had my little snack, and then here we are, done researching and ready to go, yapping about the news. What I do best. One thing I did want to hit before we did the startup is Spotify Wrapped hit today. That landed. The Psych Eval is out. Check it out if you're a Spotify user or a YouTube user or, I don't know, Apple, whatever you're fancy. There should be some kind of rewind, wrap, culmination of the things that you've played, right? Now, of course, I posted mine in terms of since I use Spotify, what my Spotify Wrapped was, I listen to a lot of hyper pop, yada, yada, yada. What can I say? The things you do to get them plates up. But no, what really, always puts a smile on my face warms my heart every year now is looking at the podcast Spotify Wrapped, because it's crazy. Like, when I look at this shit day to day, month to month, yada yada, like, it always feels like I'm not doing anything, right? It feels like, damn, to maybe some people's opinion, like, you're just talking to an empty room, you're talking to an empty space, like, there's no one here, like, very few people. But, like, at the end of the day, when Spotify gives me the percentages and then stack those up against, like, every other person who's attempting to do a podcast, famous or otherwise, in the US or internationally, and I really get to, like, see how much I've grown in just this year alone, it really does make me happy. It really does, like, hype me up. And once again, I'm not in this for any kind of popularity, any kind of growth. I'm not here to get famous and blow up. Like, this is a labor of love. I love yapping. I love learning about the news. I love sharing news with my friends and just talking about shit. Like, this is just what I like doing. So the fact that from that, I guess this is the bud, maybe, I don't know, like, we have gotten here, and, like, people in multiple countries listen. And if you're one of those listeners, thank you. You're a dear listener. Thank you so much. And to the people who are just here to be my homie, just because you know who I am and you fuck with me and you just want to see how my day went, thank you so much. Like, y'all who I do it for. And, like, it's crazy that people kind of come and go along the way, and, like, technically the snowball is still growing. So, I'm always happy, I'm always pleased as peach when the Spotify Wrap hits. Even though I'm a small bean, so thank you for that. You really make this amateur content creator feel really happy. Anyway, let's go ahead and do our startup on that note. A little bit of cheers. According to Spotify, they said my listener age is 39, which I guess I can take in stride. Some of my friends were hitting like 69s. Nice. I'm like, damn, we get it. You listen to some boomer ass music. Like, what do you listen to? The fucking Four Seasons, Frankie Valli? But hey, go off. Lord knows I'm not yucking anybody's yum. And two, I cannot talk. My shit look horrendous. I listen to some weird shit. Like, not even like weird, like cool, like weird basic stuff that I feel like you look at me and go, oh, I figured he liked better music. I've said this before. I'm always scared to, like, share the aux cord. I don't really want y'all to know what I'm listening to because I know you guys are boo me. I recently, maybe about a month or two ago, we were like talking about songs we liked, or no, I think we were talking about potential karaoke songs. And I said I wanted to, like, play this song, and, like, my friend was like, all right, let me hear it. And I play it. He goes, ugh. Like, he literally looked at me like I was, like, playing poop from a butt. And I was like, bruh, this is a banger song to me. This is fucking Don't Pay the Ferryman, bro. This is an iconic song to me. Don't laugh. Don't make that face. Anyway, I'm blogging. I'm yapping too much. I'm sorry. Let's get into some news. We have a decent amount I wanted to cover. All right. From BBC News. Also, I guess BBC Verify. They kind of have like this ticker. A little bit of a, some. It might have been live at one point. Maybe not. Yeah, it's Verify Live. So there you go. But they have a few news snippets, I don't know, we'll say that I wanted to kind of just read through. We verified dramatic video of a failed Russian missile test, which shows it falling back to Earth and exploding. Satellite images show enormous scorch marks left behind after the incident near an Air Force base in Orenburg region. Let's see. The team has also been investigating armed robbers hijacking a gas tanker off the coast of West Africa, which has led to 9 crew being kidnapped. So yeah, I heard that like on my BBC world feed listening to the podcast, and I was like, damn. And so when I went to go look it up, it got me here, and I'm like, damn. And a failed Russian missile test to go with it. All right, a little bit of BOGO news for you. So there you go, a little 2-for-1er. Now this next story. We're going to go ahead and just do the full yap. Going to do the full read. So go ahead and get your readers on, get your glasses on. This is from NBC News. Trump says he is pardoning Democratic Representative Henry Cuellar, who was indicted on bribery charges. Dude, here we fucking go again. Another fucking corrupt politician. Another fucking Trump pardon. Dude, I love it, man. We're just playing the same fucking hits. It's just, change the names, change the faces. President Donald Trump announced Wednesday that he would pardon Representative Henry Cuellar, Democrat from Texas, which I love that, who was indicted last year on bribery and money laundering charges. In his True Social post, Trump accused Democrats of working to attack, rob, lie, cheat, destroy, and decimate anyone who dares to oppose their far-left agenda, an agenda that, if left unchecked, will obliterate our magnificent country. It's crazy he's curving the bullet here to save a Democrat. Like, for fucking what? And it's like, I know what. I mean, this is very akin to like an Eric Adams, even though that was a mayoral situation. But it's like, you're going to be indebted to Trump for this. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And not to mention, someone like Henry Cuellar is just one of those midway, super centrist, over leveraged fucking politicians who's just ready to fucking give it to you because it's like, oh yeah, I'm a Texan. What can I say? I got to represent my constituents. Like, yeah, man, that's why you're betraying your fucking party. That's why you're you're really helping out your constituents with like going along with whatever the fucking Republicans are going to serve you that is convenient to you. So yeah, the fact that he's getting a get out of jail free card, is that really surprising? It's either for works done or works you will do, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, let's keep reading. In his True Social post, Trump accused Democrat. I already read that. because of these facts and others, I am hereby announcing my full and unconditional pardon of beloved Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar and Imelda. And I don't know why I said it like that. And Imelda, that's his wife. Yeah, they both are on the hook for some bribery. Henry, dude, I love these little send-offs. I will say, the Trump pardon send-off is becoming iconic. This is where I get to, like, have some fun. I get to enjoy a little bit because he just always sounds like someone's granddad. He's, like, seeing you off from dinner, have a good day, have a good night. Well, let's read this one. Henry, I don't know you, but you can sleep well tonight. Your nightmare is finally over. Like, I love that. I will say I love that for him. I love that for us as Americans, that he's just like letting these people off the hook, man. Like when he said to like Santos, I hope you have a great life. Like, brother, what are we doing, dude? Anyway, I'm sorry. Cuellar thanked Trump on X for his tremendous leadership and for taking the time to look at the facts. Dude, just looking at the facts. I like that we're all about common sense and looking at the facts, dude. Jesus Christ, thank you so much for this administration. We weren't doing that last year, man. We just weren't looking at the facts, dude. We were checking for feelings, dude. Woke ass bullshit feelings, okay? And that was our bad. And now we're back. We're so fucking back, dude. And great. We're great as fuck. Sorry. Asked about any conversations with the White House ahead of the pardon, Cuellar told reporters that he didn't know this was coming. He said he planned to attend a White House Christmas party next week where he planned to thank the president personally. Yeah, put that boot right in your mouth. Put that nice little shoe. Put that little thing in there. Asked whether any deal was cut with the White House, Cuellar said no. Just flat. In his True Social post, Trump shared a letter from Cuellar's daughters, Christina and Catherine, urging him to pardon their father. When you and your family faced your own challenges, we understood that pain in a very human way, they wrote. We prayed for you and your family, for your strength, your peace, and your faith to stay strong, because we know that behind the headlines, there are real people who hurt, who love, and who still hope for better days. Motherfucker, why are you sending Trump letters? Like, I get it, anything to potentially help your old dad out of a situation, out of a jam. But it's just, bro, this looks so gutless. It looks so fucking weak, dude. And I have to read through all of this. I feel like I've made my opinions known on this. And, besides just getting into the actual bribery, I need to, talk about the people who just lay prostrate, like fucking roll over on their goddamn bellies for this whole situation just to save some kind of political fucking face. It's not just this Democrat. Like, let me continue. Seth Ducharme, ooh, what a fun name. I'm sure I'm fucking it up. Seth Ducharme, one of Cuellar's lawyers, declined to comment. A Justice Department spokesperson did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Here we go. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat from New York, said in a CNN interview Wednesday that the indictment against Cuellar was very thin to begin with. Boy, bullshit, dude. I cannot believe this fucking shit, man. I just, boy, howdy, I could not believe this. Look, Hakeem Jeffries has pissed me off in like a series of little small smoldering ways along the way. Not surprising, but just like, dude, like, you're just so already bought out. Like, to me, it's no different than a Ricky Torres or Richie Torres, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be these up and coming new faces. Like, they're equating you to like the next Obama or whatever, brother. You're so bought and paid for, bro. You couldn't even back Mamdani. He had to wait till the last minute to finally be like, yeah, I guess you should vote for him. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, so to see him be like, no, like this was actually like a shady situation. No, dude, they had him dead to rights on some fucking bribery charges, which we are getting to. But essentially for Hakeem Jeffries, it's like, well, I need the numbers. Even though this fucking rat ass fucking guy, corrupt to the gills, like, he shouldn't get this pardon. This is bad business. This is bad faith. No one's gonna like this shit with a fucking brain. Like, I still gotta back it. I still gotta back this kind of play. Yet you're gonna say how fucked up, and bad Donald Trump is. Good luck. Good luck with that shit. I really hope it works out well for you. I love Democrats. Vote blue, no matter who, man. Like, that's why I get so frustrated. Because at the end of the day, the leftists are just fucking right on this shit. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I hate when they get all smarmy and fucking, like, they stick their nose up every election. I'm not voting. Da, 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 da. Like, I get it, dude. You're right. You're right on the fucking face of it. But these are the guys that I do have to back. These fucking fucking assholes, dude, who are just as fucked up as the other guys. And their only defense is, hey, we have nothing to really sell you, but at least we're not Donald Trump. Okay. All right. But yeah, let's get to the grit. The Justice Department indicted Cuellar and his wife in May of 2024 on 14 counts, including bribery, wire fraud, and money laundering. In August, a U.S. District Court dismissed two of the counts, which were related to alleged violations of the Foreign Agent Registration Act. The indictment accused the couple of accepting at least $598,000 in bribes from two foreign entities in exchange for Cuellar agreeing to perform official acts in his capacity as a member of Congress. To me, this is very akin to a Bob Menendez, representative from New Jersey, and, the gold bricks and I'm Cuban situation. Him and his wife. Once again, just as corrupt. And I feel like they just use the same kind of fucking thing. Like, the political machine is against me. Motherfucker, you're the political machine and you're against us. You're the one fucking bought and sold out. But all right, man. It's cool, man. They're out to get you. The boogeyman. Old Joe Biden. And you're being saved by who? The big old bad Donald Trump? I guess he's not so bad now. Oh, I mean, if... Whatever. I get so steamed about this shit, man. The bribe payments were laundered pursuant to sham consulting contracts through a series of front companies and middlemen into shell companies owned by Imelda Cuellar. The initial indictment said, alleging that she performed little to no legitimate work under the sham contracts. The indictment accused Henry Cuellar of promising to use the power and prestige of his office to advance the interests of Azerbaijan and an unnamed foreign bank. And both Cuellars pleaded not guilty. All right, we're going to move along. I've dwelled a little bit too long on the story, but I just had to get this off my chest, man. Tomatoes on all sides of the aisle, dude. Like, fuck all of it, man. Actually, though, for bonus points, we're going to go for an extra article. I told myself if I could shove this article, I will do it. And we're doing it. So, detour. Yahoo News. Shredded cheese recall. Multiple brands sold at Aldi, Target, and Walmart affected over potential metal fragment contamination. Sorry, I'm live reacting to this as of recording. I didn't look it up. I just knew this is something I wanted to cover, and I'm just like, skirt. We're just going to read it real quick. The Food and Drug Administration has issued a mass recall of more than 1 million bags of shredded cheese sold at major retailers, including Aldi, Publix, Target, and Walmart, including 31 states and Puerto Rico. So yeah, metal in the cheese. We're talking a class 2 recall by the FDA. Mozzarella shredded cheese. Yeah, in the middle of the night, midnight's a calling. You're a little thirsty, you need a little water. And you're in your kitchen, and you take a little sippy of your new fresh water. And you're like, ooh, what would go well with this? I know I should go to bed, but I'm a little peckish. You see that bag of mozzarella, and you just crack it open and just. I've been there. The old me. I actually do not keep that much cheese in the house. I keep some nacho cheese for tortilla chips. That's about it, because it is so easy to go goblin mode on some cheese. Oh, so good. But yeah, it's not so good when it's metal in there and there's little bits. So yes, buyer beware. We're not going to read through the whole thing for the sake of time, but check that out if you bought cheese from any of those retailers, and you know the deal. Either throw it out, get your refund, or equivalent exchange. Full Metal Alchemist that shit. All right. Let's move back on pace, back on path. From the Independent. House Democrats post new footage of Epstein Island as Congress demands answers on when full files will be released. Okay, I really just kind of want to hit the one photo that I have in the thumbnail. Never before seen photos and videos released Wednesday by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee reveal details of late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's estate on his infamous private island. Sorry. It's famous private island. It's Jeffrey, baby. No, don't go to Little St. James. This is a story. This is a story from work that I wanted to fucking talk about. Leads to a little bit of side news because I haven't covered it. I kind of wanted to wait until it happens or we get an actual thing from it. But I'm talking in the shop, and this has been a kind of ongoing thing. We were talking about the story. There's a football coach, I believe Virginia, football coach, and alleged sadly child pornography on his computer. They found that shit. And he, is on the run. He is, on the lam. They're looking for him. So I've been talking about this story with one of the people at work. And, we're both on the same page on it. And, he even hit me with, they're probably going to find that guy. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're probably right. That does make sense. Hence why he's, gone missing or whatever. But if they do find him, that's crazy. I know they got this, they got the warrants out, So we've been talking about that back and forth. And, we're once again, we're on the same page about this shit, them and I. Yeah, this is gross. This is disgusting. Evil, gross people. And I see on my phone, I'm like, oh, I just got a little, well, not a message, but one of the little ticker things, push notifications, more Epstein stuff filed. I'm like, God damn, man, it just seems like this Epstein stuff's been going on all year. And he gets quiet, just grave-like. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. And I immediately clock why. Because he knows that we've now walked into a political conversation in which the Democrats are trying to do a railroad job on old Donald Trump with this Epstein, file, blah, blah. And he's playing team sports with me. And I'm just like, brother, this is yet again a classic scenario where you should not fucking care. I don't care if you love Donald Trump and everything he's done. I don't care if you are Charlie Kirk. Fine, dude. You can do that. You can be that, bro. But aren't we on the same page? Pedophiles are gross and disgusting and they should be locked up or whatever worse, right? It's crazy that you're just but this that's a bad story. That's a no topic for me. I don't want to get political now. Brother, you were totally down to talk about this shit if it's advantageous. And that's another thing too. I was surprised he didn't just enter the conversation to maybe talk shit about Bill Clinton or something. I feel that's the classic way that you enter it. But maybe he wanted to be nice, and I'll take that if that's the case. But I was just so thrown off by that, and I'm like, whatever, man. It's not like I really want to talk to you anyway. Conversation's over. Anyway, let me get back to the matter at hand. Old Epstein and the island. Among the trove of unearthed images is what appears to be a dentist chair in a room adorned with decorative masks of bald men's faces hanging on the walls, as well as another room featuring a chalkboard with words power, deception, and music. Like, okay, none of that fucking makes sense. Obviously, that is the picture I have in the thumbnail. I don't get it. I don't get any of the what's going on here. This is this like a fucked up Seinfeld homage? I don't know. All I know is I would not want to be there. That would be weird. And especially knowing what you know now about Epstein, like they're probably right. Like so many cameras in those masks or something, right? Or is that why they're there? And with the chalkboard, what's with the words? Like, are you trying to like come up with an album here? What is the connection? What does it tie? We may never know. There's some more details, more photos. I will say though, more details might be coming out in terms of. I think there's like the deadline from the bill that Trump passed to release all the Epstein files. Which, by the way, I don't know if I ever said this on the pod. He didn't have to do that. He could just command the DOJ to like make it so. Like he could just say like release all of them. You have to do it. I'm telling you to do that. Instead, he chose to like play this way, which we've already said that he dragged his feet on that shit. Anyway, but that's supposed to be due Friday, and they're like, "You're gonna give us all the information, right? Right?" And I mean, we'll see what Bondi does. But yeah, there's so the new pictures just dropped. They're weird. I will say this is just me talking shit now. There's a pit like the most visible one that you can see in the dentist's office that we're talking about here. It looks like Ted Cruz with a crazy nose. Am I crazy for that? It just looks like Ted Cruz with a crazy like Oblivion face. Elder Scrolls is what I'm talking about. I don't know. Anyway, discuss. We're going to move on. We're going to drive off some more. ABC News. I need a water break. But we got to talk about Venmo. Not Venmo. Waymo. The Venmo of driverless cars. Saved it. Oh. Whew. Oh. Okie dokie. Hydrated. Once again, ABC News. Waymo driverless taxi takes passenger into apparent police standoff. This is some goofy ass out of a fucking movie shit. A Waymo driverless taxi drove a passenger into an apparent police standoff in downtown Los Angeles last week, according to a video posted online Monday. The Waymo taxi came across a street blocked by police vehicles early Friday before turning into an area that was not blocked off, where other vehicles were also traveling, according to a Waymo spokesperson. They're like, it wasn't the only car going that way, okay? It was going with traffic. Officers were conducting a high-risk felony arrest after a stolen vehicle pursuit at around 3:40 a.m. when the Waymo drove through an intersection, according to the Los Angeles Police Department. Waymo said that oh my fucking God. I was about to say the vehicle. Waymo said the vehicle was in the vicinity of the event for no more than 15 seconds. It was a hot 15, okay? Like, it wasn't even, like, that long. It was just, like, a vine, okay? And Vine's back, by the way. It's not even that big of a deal, all right? Like, that's how major this was. It wasn't even that major. Safety is our highest priority at Waymo. Both for people who chose to ride with us and with whom we share the streets. Yeah, because I would hate to be a pedestrian, getting run over by a Waymo. Hey, dude, there's no driver here, but this car still fucking hit me. When we encounter unusual events like this one, we learn from them as we continue improving road safety and operating in dynamic cities, a spokesperson for Waymo said in a statement to ABC News. Officers had not yet blocked off traffic when the Waymo vehicle drove through, but did so afterwards, the LAPD said. And I will say that is the biggest tick in defense of Waymo, and this driverless machine is like, hey, technically it wasn't cordoned off, especially with the whole on-traffic thing. You can understand how a Waymo vehicle can make this, mistake. But to my knowledge, I don't think this is the only time this has happened. There have been similar situations where it's kind of driven into a situation where it's like, hey, this is like a crime scene, or like, hey, there's some shit going on right now, and it's like you're playing GTA. And I get that there's and this is the crazy thing too, right? Is that, in this situation we're talking about, there was a whole ass fucking person in the car, like a customer. So that's fucking harrowing, hence the movie, zany movie angle, So yeah, a bit upsetting, right? A bit scary, a bit dystopian even. But yeah, I've never, I mean, in Cincinnati, I don't think we have this tech. But if I'm wrong, please, hit me up, hit up the line, hit up the DMs. And so if you have had a driverless car experience, please tell me. I would love that. I would love to hear that. Also, I would love a world where you guys send voice clips and we could play them. I would love a community episode. That'd be nice. Let me live that. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to our very last story. In my opinion, I think we probably saved the best story for last. We talked about corruption. We talked about some crazy taxis, but this takes the cake, or should I say the egg? Let's do our last break and we'll go ahead and close it out. Ugh. Mm. Mm. Okay. From The Guardian. Man charged with theft after allegedly swallowing Fabergé pendant in jewelry store. This is a fun. I'm sorry. This was a fun story. This was intriguing to me. I found it fun. Fun to read, fun to think about, fun to ponder and potentially expound upon, whatever. A New Zealand man has been charged with theft after allegedly swallowing a Fabergé James Bond octopusy egg pendant worth more than $33,500. 500. They're saying dollars, right? Or do they mean pounds? Because there's a conversion for USD that says 19,200. I guess I should have double checked that, but so should have The Guardian, because that's confusing because they put the dollar sign. It's just a little crooked. How weird. Anyway, but also there's not many times in life that you get to run this. I'm going to say it again because I want to. Fabergé James Bond octopusy egg pendant. Say that 5 times fast for me, please, please. Also, look up this pendant. It is gorgeous, low key. I gotta say. Police were called to Central Auckland jewelry store, Partridge Jewelers, on Friday afternoon. After staff reported a man had allegedly picked up the pendant and swallowed it, said Gray Anderson, the city's central area commander. The Auckland City beat team responded minutes later, arresting the man inside the store. Charge sheets seen by The Guardian confirmed a 32-year-old man was charged with theft on November 29th for allegedly stealing a Fabergé 007 edition octopusy egg surprise locket valued at $33,585. I'm going to assume that they mean that money, that price, and whatever they meant there. I don't know, but that's weird because I feel like the USD is smaller, right, as it compared to the pound. So I don't know. I don't know which one you should take there. Fabergé is one of the most renowned jewelers in the world, known for its Imperial Russian eggs. According to the Fabergé website, the pendant is made from 18 karat yellow gold and decorated with green gouache enamel. It is set with 60 white diamonds and 15 blue sapphires. Ooh, I do like a sapphire. Shout out to the birthstone. The egg locket offers a surprise inside containing a miniature 18 karat gold octopus with 2 black diamond eyes. Just imagine a guy looking this thing, sizing it all up, and going, yes, quite. And then just going full Kirby and just swallowing it. And like, I imagine he tries to get away and then fails. So, oh gosh, what a mess. The man was also charged with allegedly stealing an iPad from the same jewelry store on November 12th, and the following day, stealing cat litter and flea treatment worth they're saying $100. So once again, we're just going to run with that number and say that that's the number they mean, dollars, American, from private address. He has been remanded in custody and will reappear in district court on December 8th. Now, I heard the story from the BBC, and they added a fun tidbit at the end. The egg has not been recovered yet. So I'm going to let that hang with you for a second. I'm going to let that digest with you. And I also, this took me back to, I believe, last year, and we covered the guy, I think it was Tiffany earrings, if I'm not mistaken, swallowed those so they were trying to get away, and those were eventually processed. And I pondered the question, do they can't go at full price. They have to go for a discount. So that leads me to the same question about this Octopussy pendant. Does it go up or does it go down? Because like, I mean, I essentially, or maybe does it stay the same, right? Like, does this add value because now you have this thing and it has a real life story attached to the cinematic story, you know, from Bond to Bussy. I gotta stop. So yeah, that's all I have for today. That's it. If you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Isaiah News. Become a newsie today. Free ways to hit me up, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. Feel free to follow me or the podcast on any of the socials. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow on TikTok, follow on Spotify, follow on Apple Podcasts, wherever you like to listen. Also, if I am your top listen on the Apple Podcast, let me know, please, because that would be cool to know that. And anywhere, if I'm on your YouTube, if I'm your top on your YouTube, sheesh. That'd be much obliged. But no, leave a like, leave a cool comment. Sharing is caring. It can be fun, but if not, that's okay. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. It's helpful. It looks nice. It's nice when you see those 5 things. I don't want to do that. Let's see. But if you don't do any of those things and you've just been hanging out with me, this whole time, just vibing, hell yeah. That's what I'm doing it for. Thank you so much. If you're a new listener and you've made it this far, thanks for not saying PU and turning it off. And, if this is your only listen, that's okay. That's dope. Thank you. Thank you for being a completionist and sticking to your code, whether it was good or bad, and you made it all the way here. I salute you. But yeah, if you're, I'll be back hopefully tomorrow, so stick around maybe. I don't know. See what happens. Maybe I get better. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being a friend. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.